So this is my last set of 10 runs here. I have been farming Dragon's Abyss 12 for the last 8 days. And in those 8 days, I've done 1,000 total runs, so 100 sets of 10. And this is the team I've been using to a moderate degree of success. It can use a few upgrades. I'll show you the runes on the units here in a minute. But so far, I have a very good win rate. A 1% 1% loss would be what? 10 losses? I've only lost 3 battles, so I have a 0.3, so a 99.7% win rate with this team. I'm using Vertiheel, Spectra, Lauren, Veramos, and Sigmaris. A completely free-to-play team. You can still use some upgrades, but the runes I'm using are as follows. If I come in here and looking at some units here, I have Sigmaris. Might be in storage. Find him in a second. Sigmaris, there he is actually. Sigmaris is on attack, crit damage, attack on Fatal Blade, and there's his stats. Going down here to Vertiheel. Vertiheel is on Rage Blade on attack, crit damage, attack. He does have 100% crit rate and is rather slow. I wouldn't mind having him a little bit faster, but he's working out perfectly fine. I have Spectra right here. I have to get 2 more skill ups. I have another Spectra being built right now to help out with that last skill, which would help hopefully speed the runs up a bit more. Spectra, and I need to switch Spectra's runes out. Spectra is currently on Swift Shield. The shield's fine, but I'd like Spectra to be at Rage. If I can get the crit rate, either Rage Focus, Rage Shield, or Rage Blade, depending on what I have. But I have to rerun a bunch of monsters for that, and I just don't have the extra runes right now to rerun. Spectra is it needs a little bit more accuracy, a little bit more crit rate to be really efficient, and can slow down a bit and still be effective for this team. Then I have Veramos down here, and Veramos is on also Rage Blade, Rage Fight. So yeah, HP, crit damage, HP. He acts as both a healer, an attack bar booster, and if he hits on when the opponent is defense broken, I believe he is hitting around 80k. He is once again, he's on he could use to be a little bit faster as well, but he's doing his job perfectly fine. He doesn't need the amount of accuracy I have, so I can adjust his runes at a later point in time. Maybe some of these can be transferred to Spectra to help out a little bit. But once again, still working okay. And then I have one other monster. I had Verd, I had Veramos, I had Spectra, I have Sigmaris, and I have Lauren. Lauren is in storage. All right. Storage. Wrong place. Here we go. Storage. Lauren is on Violent Revenge, running speed, HP. Probably doesn't need to be on the Revenge. That is not necessary for this, as the dragon is not meant to move, and I really don't need her to do anything else. I would like her to be a little bit faster. Accuracy's good. A little bit more damage would actually be better. She might be better on Violent Focus. but Violent has served its purpose, and I think it does well for her here. That being said, I have finishing these runs here, done doing pretty solid times at the moment. But I've also, the whole point of this was I was curious of how valuable Abyss B12 was, and I have kept track of all my loot and drops for each of the 100 sets of 10 runs, and I will share that with you after here in a few moments. I will end up fast forwarding through the rest of the runs, and after the runs are done, I have acquired a considerable amount of ancient or legendary rune crafting materials, so I can craft 10 runes. I'll do that, and I think I can use all my runes for it looks like I can craft 3 sets of 3 sets of violent runes, so I'll do that real fast, and then I will show the spreadsheet and the data I've collected, and I will also provide a link to that spreadsheet if you're interested in taking a look at that. I do plan on following this up with a brief video on I won't be, maybe brief is not the right word. It'll be a complimentary video, which will be doing or using up the same exact amount of energy it takes to run Dragon's B12, but doing Dragon's B10 instead, and then comparing the loot. So I'm going to fast forward this run now. That was the last of the runs there, and now I have a couple crafts that I can do. So I've recorded all that throughout each one of these runs, and I've kept a tally of it. But before I get to that, here is here's the rest of what I have available to craft. So I have some violent runes. Let's see if I get anything good. 1 potential. There's like two or three potential, but most likely not. So get rid of all those. Nope. No. Actually, that's worth rolling. And no. So sell these. Power up. Let's see what this does. Looking for double speed. Nope, it's gone. And then craft another one. No. That's gone. And one last set. Uh-oh. That looks good. Has potential, at least. Most likely it's garbage. It's garbage. Alright. And this is now seeing what this new system. I haven't crafted any with this yet, so 10 random legendary 6-star runes. So here we go. That's gonna do that slow animation on everyone. That's kind of annoying. Alright, well, I wonder if I get I think I should get so this can give me up to 100 of those pieces back, I guess. Let's see. That's worth rolling. That's sold. That is definitely worth rolling. I'll hold on to that, but I won't roll it right now. Sell. Wait a second, come back to that. So that's worth rolling. Unfortunately, the speed is in the sub on this one. That needs sub. So yeah, I do get those back. This right here is potentially a PvE rune, and I think this probably stays regardless of what I do. This is a very nice PvE rune, so it's not going anywhere. This right here, why not? I'll just go all the way to 12, see what it looks like. Okay, that's all right. I could put some. Yeah, I'll just leave that alone for now. I might find use for that later. It's okay. We'll do that one last. See what this one goes, how this one goes. That's automatically gone. And this fight rune has great potential. I have to go to at least 9 on this one, so. And now I have to go to 12. That's unfortunate. It's gone. Alright, let's see it. Power up to 12. One of each. That really isn't bad, actually. I can go ahead and just use this, I think, yep. That was a crappy roll. Alright, that's better. Yeah, we'll go ahead and use it. Why not? Sure. It's a crit damage rune. I think it's worth it. So that is good all around stats on it. We're going to go ahead and power that up here to 15. And that is good to go. Alright, so that'll end this segment, and then you'll see this put into, you'll see the spreadsheet results here in a little bit. So, as promised, here are the results from my Dragon's Abyss 12 runs. I recorded everything I could possibly think of. I'm sure there's a couple of mistakes recording here or there, but I tried to be as accurate as possible with this. I completed, the date which I did the section of runs, finishing today. This right here is my total loot from this. I'll do a couple calculations here in the video so you guys can see, so anybody can see, I don't know, what I got. And I want to know this mostly for my sake, but if anyone else finds this useful, that's great. So I did a total of 1,000 runs, 100 sets of 10. Raw mana collected, 5 million. Legendary runes, total of 30. Intangible runes, 25. For this, I didn't specify which type of intangible rune it was. I just recorded which ones I had. Epic runes, so the purple ones are 436. Rare runes, 279. Rune pieces, 592. Dragon's pieces, 1,405. Total runes collected, 745. Total runes sold, 728, which means I sold almost all of them. Total mana from selling runes, 20 million gained, or 15 million, and then total mana altogether from this and this is 20 million. Clear time took a total of 2,064 minutes, roughly speaking. This number, once again, is rounded up. If it was, say, this one was 19 minutes and 20 seconds, I rounded it up to 20 minutes. If it was 20 minutes and 10 seconds, I rounded it down. So 10 I rounded down, anything above 10 I rounded up. I got 13 3-star rainbow bonds, 3 4-star rainbow bonds, 97 unknown scrolls, 24 engraved summoning pieces, 4 mystical scrolls, and 3 transmog pieces. I think that's kind of bad personally, but I don't know. I'm going to make a comparison video showing this compared to the same amount of energy it takes to run this. So 9,000 energy is what it took in expense for me to run this. And in order for me to do an accurate comparison, I feel, between Dragon's B12 and Dragon's B10, and truly measure the value, I'm going to need to do a total amount of runs equal to 9,000 mana. Now, Dragon's B10 only cost 8, or energy, sorry. Dragon's B10 cost 8 energy to enter. So I'll have 1,000 left over, so it'll cost 8,000. So that's a difference of 1,000. So equals 1,000 divided by 8. So an additional 125 runs. So the next video that we'll put out will be a comparison between this and running what it was going to be 1,125 Dragon's B10. So I'm curious, percent legendary. So let's go equals legendary divided by total runes times 100. So 4% drop rate for legendary runes. Percent intangible should be a bit less than that, like 3%. I'm guessing, maybe 3.5. This divided by total runes times 100. 3.3%. I did not roll necessarily all the runes. I just I kept some of them. So runes kept. I kept 17 runes out of 1,000 runs. That's pretty wild. Of those 17, I would say that in the end, probably a chunk of them won't even be used. They'll sit in storage in case I find a use for them. I think, from what I recall, I had a total of one or two solid violent runes, and that was it. So, yeah, not a great rate. And I think if I so percent runes kept, let's check this, equals 17 divided by, this is going to be really, really bad. Total runes, total runes, there we go. Times 100. 2%. 2 point, so yeah, I guess keeping 17 runes is 2% of the total runes. Yeah, that mathematically that makes sense, because it's a 7 would be 1%, so roughly. Yeah, so only 2% of total runes that I found were of any potential use. I think the intangible runes appear to be, at least from what I'm looking at, appear to be more or less common than legendary runes. I understand they're supposed to be rare, but I think that's kind of atrocious. Something else I was really curious about was the percentage of runes that were let's see here. Epic to rare. Okay, so let's see here. So the epic runes did drop considerably more. So let's go like this instead. Percent epic, and then equals epic divided by total times 100. So 58% of the runes were epic, And then percent rare. Let's go with it equals, and then this divided by total runes times 100. And you know what? I'll go ahead and even. Oh, that won't work because I already converted them with the times 100. So yeah, so 37% were rare and 58% were epic. I'm assuming that's what they were speaking of when they mentioned the buff rates. So I'm curious how this compares to the Dragon's B 10 run. I do get more runs in there, 125 more runs, which is like, well, 12%, 12.5% roughly. So, yeah,